Everything you said we already knew, more or less.
Well, here's something that you didn't know. 2 of those special atomic bombs haven't gone off.
My best friend glared at me, excitement building in her eyes. She said, "Daniela, why don't we do it now?" At that moment, Mr. Fear joined the party, and I reflexively responded with, "What? Are you crazy? I couldn't possibly do it now." She asked why not, and I stupidly responded with, "Well, people will think I'm crazy." Her response is one that I'm still so thankful for till today. She said, "Well, Daniela, isn't that just the worst excuse not to do it?" And yes, it was. So off we went, stealthily pinched my dad's clippers from his bathroom, and locked ourselves in mine, music blasting. A few hours had gone by, and we were still clumsily trying to give me somewhat of a decent-looking buzz cut, which, side note, didn't actually work out, so I had to awkwardly go to my dad's barber and ask them to fix the mess my head had become. But that is besides the point. This is a story about my hair. This was my hair just a few months ago. It's a story of the profound empowerment I discovered in diving head first, literally, into this trusty buddy within myself, fear. Yes, my hair story is one that started off with a strangely irrational fear. It only seems irrational now, but that's kind of how fears work. We defend their rationality until we break through them, looking back, wondering why we didn't do it sooner. Now, this was the thing with my hair. Cutting hair was always just that. There were never any big consequences or lifetime disasters that could have possibly come from me cutting my hair. So, what exactly was I scared of? Maybe I wouldn't like how I looked. Maybe other people would make fun of me. Maybe, just maybe, I look like a boy. Now, just a few months ago, this fear was constantly chatting to me in my mind, convincing me not to do something that I knew I wanted to do, get a buzz cut. And the thing was, other than the fact that I'd seen other girls who just rocked the look and I wanted to try it for myself, I had no concrete reason or strong reason for wanting to do so. So, I'm sure you can imagine that in this case, my fear was quite easily winning over this odd internal battle. I pushed down what I wanted and instead was letting fear run this choice. Now, reality for the most of us, although we don't usually like to admit it, is primarily run by our fears. I'm not talking about those trivial fears like skydiving or bungee jumping. I'm talking about those deeply rooted and deeply ingrained fears that are usually based in self-doubt and self-limiting beliefs. It's that voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough to go talk to that new person. The voice in your head telling you that you'll be judged if you finally take that trip backpacking around the world. It's that voice telling you not to try that new activity for fear of failure. Do you think about every decision over and over and over again in your mind, analyzing what might go wrong, how you might feel, how other people might react, before writing off the whole idea and retreating back into the comfort of your own familiarity? This also common quality of overanalyzing decisions is solely rooted in fear, and quite often is the only thing stopping us from actually achieving and going for our dreams. What I'd like to tell you today is that this fear isn't something to be fearful of. It sounds funny, but this fear is actually your friend. It's pointing you to the parts in your life where you may not be showing up 100% authentically. Despite its use, it is one of those annoying friends who are blatantly honest to the point where you end up running away, trying to block it out. That's how most people deal with this friend. They keep Mr. Fear dormant for just a while by doing exactly what he tells them to do. Yet, he never actually goes away. Instead, he gains more and more control over you every time you don't stand up to him. So the reason why most people let fear run their choices in their life is that from young ages, we're told to be creative, but not too out there. We're encouraged to be brave, yet when we take risks that don't follow through, we're criticized. We're expected to follow the rules, or we get time out. We tend to forget that the most important person to please in our lives is ourselves. So we spend our lives tiptoeing around, trying to create the least disturbance and resistance possible. We push out our wild dreams and we settle for the mundane. We play things safe and we act small. Now, coming back to my own story, the freedom I had gained in that one day after cutting my hair was immeasurable and so unexpected. I felt beautiful, I felt confident, I felt brave. It was as if I finally proved to myself that all along, I was far more powerful than the fear that I thought I was caged by just a few days before. I was empowered, and I knew that I could do anything, even if it terrified me, especially if it terrified me. Now I want you to take another honest look at your life. What parts of your life are you letting yourself be caged in by your fear? Ask yourself if you truly want the comfort it is holding you in more than the amazing experiences you desire to have. This is a call to stop acting so small and start taking those chances. Start living your life. Trust in the mystery that the future holds and start chasing your fears. Believe me, you'll surprise yourself. Thank you.